Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, especially to our HPC 126 instructor, Mrs. Maricris Colipano. We are Group 1 and we will be discussing the topic entitled Warehousing. Let's open the topic with the question, what is warehousing? Warehousing is the act of storing goods that will be sold or distributed later. While in a small home-based business, might be warehousing products in a spare room, basement, or garage. Larger businesses typically own or rent space in a building that is specifically designed for storage. Supply chain efficiencies depend upon the efficiency of logistics, including transportation and warehousing operations. Warehouse efficiencies depend upon a combination of warehouse design, layout, infrastructure, systems, process, and people. In basic functional aspects, a warehouse function consists of: first, material receipts, including unloading. Material receipts refer to data such as quantities and lot numbers associated with items that are used for work done on-site by your employees. When you receive inventory items against a purchase order, the quantities are updated and inventory transaction is generated. Second, unpacking and inspection. When materials are received by the receiving department, they are unpacked and compared with the materials ordered for with the help of the purchase order. If the materials are found to be in order, they are sent to the inspector for the inspection of the quality. If the quality of the materials is found to be fit, the inspector shall prepare an inspection note certifying the quality. Third, put away and storage of materials in various categories of storage locations. The put away process is typically managed by one of or mix of the following methods: staging product from the receiving area, based on the purchase order, based on the part number, or based on the put away zone, or by using direct delivery put away to the storage location. Fourth, systems updating. How can a warehouse management system be improved? Optimize warehouse storage, give customers more pickup and delivery options, improve pick and store routes in your warehouse, upgrade mobile technology in your warehouse, create an inventory review process, review product replenishment practices, audit packaging for products and shipment, standardize and audit your workflows, and lastly, consider automation in the picking process. And lastly, pool materials for dispatch and delivery of materials after processing. Delivery of materials may be made in any of the following three ways. First is actual delivery, also known as physical delivery. Actual delivery takes place when the materials are physically handed over by the seller to the buyer or his agent authorized to take possession of the materials. Second, symbolic delivery, where the goods are bulky and heavy and it is not possible to physically hand them over to the buyer. Delivery thereof may be made by indicating or giving a symbol. Here, the goods itself is not delivered, but a means of obtaining possession of goods is delivered. And lastly, constructive delivery. In this case, neither physical nor symbolic delivery is made. In constructive delivery, the individual possessing the products recognizes that he holds the merchandise for the benefit of and the disposal of the purchaser. Constructive delivery is also called attornment.
Warehouse location, layout, and building. The location of a warehouse should ideally be situated on a flat ground. The location should be easily approachable and in an area suited for this nature of business. Locations closer to the markets or the national highways would be ideal. Layout. Layout refers to the physical design and makeup of the interior and exterior of the warehouse, as well as the area surrounding the actual building. Deciding on a warehouse location is a significant decision that impacts every aspect of a business. Finding a balance between a convenient location and a reasonable rent price is integral. The location of your warehouse directly contributes to the efficiency of your company as well as the overall customer experience. If you're on the search for leasing or purchasing a warehouse location, You know just how difficult it can be to such a monumental decision. There are 5 factors to consider in choosing warehouse location. First, desired consumer base.
Desired consumer base. When choosing a location for a warehouse, keep your customer's location in mind. Determine your customer base and pinpoint the region or regions that you are trying to serve.
Second, proximity to career services.
Consider your warehouse proximity to career services. If your warehouse is located near career facilities, it will streamline the process of shipping your products to your customer. Find a good balance. Find a location that offers both convenience and proximity to your customers as well as a career service, making the shipping process easier and faster for both your company and the customer.
Third, storage requirements.
Take account of any special accommodations that you have to make for your products. Save time and effort by estimating projected growth to be able to figure out an accurate idea of the storage your company needs.
Fourth, workforce availability.
The demographics of the warehouse location may be important to the physical space, but determine your labor needs. Not every geographic location is able to provide the desired workforce with the right skills and right price.
Fifth, longevity.
Consider the longevity of your warehouse location. Analyze the potential growth of your company and determine if the warehouse location has room for expansion if needed.
Public transportation and communication infrastructure should be also available. The layout of the building should be designed to accommodate fleet parking and enable containers to drive in and drive out easily. Anytime 2 containers should be able to pass through on the path without any interruption. There should be enough free space for vehicles to maneuver. The layout should also provide for other utility, safety, and security operations. Building is normally constructed using galvanized metallic sheets mounted on C-section girdles. The flooring should be RCC concrete with weight-bearing capacity as per requirement of the load to be calculated in each case. The ground should be flat, even, and smooth surface to facilitate MHE movements and dust-free. The roof height would be a major consideration to be able to install multi-vertical storage racking installation. The walls and roof should be designed with suitable lighting panels and ventilation for air exchange fitted with bird cages. The number of loading and unloading docks and placement of these docks play an important role in the design of operation and efficiency of operation. All-weather docks and the facilities should enable 24 hours operations. Dock levels. The docks should be equipped with dock levelers, and all these have to be installed during construction phase itself. Ramps have to be provided to facilitate movement of forklift and etc. Lightning's design will depend upon the layout and the racking design.
External layouts and type of storage. Internal layout design will be built taking into account the operational process, nature of goods, volumes of transactions, both inbound and outbound, storage types, in-house operations involving put away and pull sequences and process requirements including packing, kitting, and etc. The availability of floor space coupled with building layout design of inbound and outbound dumps. The design aims to maximize space utilization, minimize MHE movement, and manpower movement. Type of storage. Type of storage are determined by the nature of cargo, depending upon the cargo, whether finished goods, raw, material parts, and etc. The type of storage can vary from bulk stock, block stock, racking, pallet racking, shelf racking, binding, unit pick or loose pick, phase, carton pick, and etc. Block stock refers to a large volume trade that occurs at once. Racking. is a steel structure composed of two or more upright frames. Pallet racking. It is a single or multi-level storage system that is utilized to support high stacking of single items or palletized loads. Shelf racking. A server rack shelf is a shelf specially designed to be mounted into a 19 rack. Binding is a way to group a member of one or less continuous values into a smaller number of bins. Unit peak or loose peak phase. It is reduce error rates and increase efficiencies with the right picking technology for your business. Carton pick. Use gravity flow levels that can be picked from the floor level and using pallet storage. These storage types vary with nature of materials with different types of storage design from drums. Pallet, tires, cartons, tube, rods, and etc. Pallets are used to stack, store, protect, and transport materials in the course of being handled by materials. Tires is a ring-shaped component that surround a wheel rims to transfer a vehicle load. Cartons. A light box or container, typically one made of wax, cardboard, or plastic in which drinks or foodstuffs are packaged. Tube. A long hollow cylinder or metal plastic glass for holding or transporting something. Rods. A twin straight bar, especially of wood or metal.
Good day everyone, I am Jenicka Andrino and I'm going to report about racking design and material equipment. What are the racking design and material equipment and their purposes? Designing or redesigning a warehouse racking layout can greatly increase your productivity and storage capacity while reducing the cost of goods stored and peak. Every layout is unique, but the storage density while optimizing the flow of products. These are the racking designs and material handling equipment. First is the racking design takes into account the storage type, storage unit, volume, and weight coupled with the available floor space and roof height to design system that maximizes the storage capacity. Put away and picking process and transaction volumes are also taken into consideration. The profile inventory study will include detailing of number of SKUs in each category, fast-moving, slow-moving, or other criteria as per the nature of business, and the storage type would be designed as per the inventory profile and the process. Racking designs are very many and varies with the type of industries and nature of an inventory. Normal racking designs include pallet racking on multiple levels. You can have shelving, binding, or a combination of bulk stack and forward peak face racking design. Block stack racking and other types of high-density racking can be found in FG warehouses. Mezzanine store binding and shelving rack designs are normally designed for spare parts and small parts. Highly automated racking designs can have automatic retrieval system and conveyors in the warehouse. Material handling equipment are specific based on rack design coupled with pallet design, nature of the cargo, weight, and the warehouse layout, and etc. Forklifts, reach trucks, hand pallet jacks, trailers are normal material handling equipment in normal warehousing operation. And that's all. Thank you.
Warehouse Management System. A warehouse management system is a software solution that offers visibility into a business' entire inventory and manages supply chain fulfillment operations from the distribution center to the store shelf. The core components of the warehouse management system will handle receiving and returns, warehouse logistics, third-party software integrations, and provide robust forecasting and reporting tools. Our warehouse management system will record the receipt of stock and returns into our warehouse facility. In any supply chain, inventory management and warehousing form a part of operations-intensive function, and is one of the key building blocks in the entire chain. Most of the inventory is held at the warehouses as compared to the pipeline. and the efficiency of the warehouse operations will determine the further supply chain efficiency. A distribution center or a warehouse is the key to the entire model as it holds the inventories and also manages other operations like bundling, packing, labeling, co-packing, keeping, etc. as per buyer's requirements. Most of the marketing and buyer's requirements are met from the warehouses. A distribution center for a set of products is a warehouse or other specialized building which is stocked with products, goods to be redistributed to retailers, to wholesalers or direct consumers. A distribution center is a principal part, the order processing element of entire order fulfillment process. Physical infrastructure. The building blocks or operational criteria of an ideal warehouse management system includes location, structure, roof height and flooring, design and layout external, utilities and facilities in the premise, internal layout design. Many factors play into the decision about where to locate a company's warehousing facilities. So it must be determined what is important to the organizations before making any location decision, as well as any order decisions affecting warehousing operations. It is pertinent to make a decision that generates revenue for the organization, but one that also helps to create growth while remaining true to strategic plans to achieve profitability over the long term. Steel structure warehouse and workshop. Steel structure warehouse and workshop is widely applied to plenty of fields to construction, especially for the warehouse and workshop. Steel structure workshop is which made by metal materials has been grown as the mainstream for the factory workshop. With the superiority of easy installation, low cost, high efficiency, higher fireproofing, and anti-corrosion, the steel buildings replace more than 90% of the traditional concrete and brick factory buildings, which has been growing more. Note: the list can be exhaustive and depends upon the specific needs of each buyer's business. Storage infrastructure, materials handling equipment, lighting and safety equipment, mechanism, office infrastructure, IT and communication infrastructure, power and backup services, and finally accessibility of the location and availability of labor. Storage infrastructure in IT refers to the overall set of hardware and software components needed to facilitate storage for a system. They are majorly hardware and software framework that supports the computing requirements of a private or public cloud storage service. Material handling equipment is mechanical equipment used for the movement, storage, control, and protection of materials, goods, and products throughout the process of manufacturing, distribution, and consumption and disposal. Communication infrastructure refers to the backbone of the communication system upon which various broadcasting and telecommunication services are operated. This can be built from copper cable, fiber, and wireless technologies, utilizing the radio frequency spectrum such as microwave and satellite. The infrastructure is the core components that connects upon stream production, such as voice, data, and audiovisual services with downstream consumers.
IT systems. The efficient of warehousing operation is highly dependent not only upon the physical structure but the system and intelligence that controls. So, if magamit ka kuan warehouse operation needs sa ang tao nga mo control, directs the management and physical transactions. A robust warehouse management system capable of managing inventory, locations, which is radio frequency, driven or enabled would be the backbone of a good efficient warehouse. The warehouse management system controls two sets of operations. 1. On the inventory front, the system maintains inventory in the warehouse at zone and individual location. So every location kailangan mag-maintain ta nila og ato mga stocks, SKU level, pallet wise, carton wise, and unit level inventories for multiple customers, and allow specific inventory attributes and parameters to be built in the management, allocate or block the inventory. The system also provides options to adapt FIFO or FELO or other methods of inventory flow. Number 2. On the operation front, the system manages, controls, and directs all operations including receiving processes, put away processes, order processing, inventory allocation, picking process, packing process, and finally shipment, along with the inventory updated. So, diri kay madawat na to ang receiving o unsa nila pag-process. And last, the intelligent system guides and help operation manager to schedule and manage all operation for various groups and teams of simultaneously depending upon the workload and patterns, and thereby manage resources allocate to. Another critical function of warehouse management system is the cycle count process that is required to maintain the health of the inventory. Warehouse management system entitles daily cycle count, wall-to-wall, counts as per user, specification, and attributes. Lastly, warehouse management system can prove various types and categories of reporters and information related to inventory, shipments, transactions, timings of transactions, and many more patterns. Like daghan sa mga related like inventories, shipments, transactions.
Warehouse operational efficiency contributing factors. So what is warehouse? Warehouse management is the act of organizing and controlling everything within the warehouse and making sure it all runs in the most optimal way possible. So managing warehouse operation is akin to playing a symphony with people, systems, and processes. As long as these elements are balanced and in harmony, the operations go on and smoothly and efficiently. So people are very important assets of warehouse operation. Human resources can be the strongest and the weakest link to warehouse performance. Even in a highly automated and system-controlled design, warehouse operations are heavily dependent upon people to run and manage operations. So in warehouse performance, the people is essential in a way that they can be useful in the operation. Machines and equipment are dependent to the people's manpower and labor in a way na sila ang mutabang og pili sa mga products o mga final inspections if the product is in good condition and good quality. Ang mga tao sa damo manipulate sa mga machineries and equipments. In short, the people will run, operate, and manage the machineries. Typically, these resources are mainly categorized as team leader, and operators. First, in warehouse operation. Second, besides management structure. Third is the operation resource categories are M&A operators. Fourth, operation staff who manage shipments. Fifth, put away. Sixth, material, picking tasks, and other operations including labeling. So kani, it is the process of preparing an order where the products are selected and collected ug pila kini butangan og timailhan or labelan kini. Sunod kay packing. Packing, the term packing refers to the whole process of packing and packaging a product. How are packing and picking are related? Picking prepares the order before it is packed, and then the packing takes care of the packaging of the product. Next is the kitting. Kitting is the process of combining products together to create a bundled item. Next, inventory counting. The inventory count or stock taking procedure refers to the physical verification of the quantities in an inventory or warehouse and what kind of condition they are in. The purpose of this procedure is to determine the actual inventory. Next is the documentation and systems operators. Next is the operations require manual dexterity and ability to be fit for long durations beside being able to bend down and reach up constantly to pick up items. Next is the ability to lift small weights and walking distances in the warehouse are a must-have strength. And lastly, these practical points have to be kept in mind and evaluated while hiring people.
I am Teacher Antolijao, assigned to report about the workforce job structure. Workforce Khate job structures. Many times in third-party managed warehouses, workforce change is often an issue that affect the operational efficiency. It has been noticed several times that local management try to cut corners by understaffing and various levels and extending the working hours or job responsibilities and trying to save costs. There can be several instances of shortage of manpower from the strength that has been planned and budgeted for. Workforce management plays a vital role in the progression of managing warehouses, especially the productivity needed by the workers or crews. Staff must work as fast as they can for them to meet the demand and be on time of shipping the products to the customer. So, workforce must be maintained to avoid just as delays and shortage of working hours. Warehouse operation need to have an optimum workforce budgeted based on clear-cut tasks and volume of transactions. So, it means that all tasks are organized based the dates of shipping for a smooth flow of operations. Example of warehousing: handling to distributions, distribution to technologies, technologies to human resources to legislations, and back to handling. So example of warehouse management system: from packing to work in progresses to shipping to receiving to put away to picking and back to packing. As all operations are time-bound activities having interrelated tasks and independencies, estimation of work and work divisions and clarity is essential to avoid overstaffing and understaffing. So it means that each task must have an allotted time to finish it to prevent loads of works by staffing. Staffing can result in slackness in individual performance level beside increasing the cost. So, this means that some staffs are paid without doing anything, which causes a big loss for the operation. Warehouse activities very often found to be seasonal and cyclical. The business type and seasons resulting in peak seasons and low season place familiar demands on the warehouse to set up operational throughputs or cut down on operations. Besides, an internal recruitment also creates temporary demand for workforce. Extra teams are called for teams for during year-end operations. Manual wall-to-wall stock takes or any internal inventory exercises and etc. So, this means that warehouse operation is not steady. Its operation changes from time to time, which seasons or occasions is at peak. In these situations, manpower recruits staff to handle the operations in its busy schedule of transactions. Warehouse source temporary labor and resources from local nearby areas to manage the sudden surge in demands. Any change in internal process or business process or improvements in systems and process can lead to redundancies. Many times, they are having to face overstaffing problems and need to look at ways to reduce numbers of redeploy resources into other activities. So this means that warehouse operation meet problems about the labor for which there's time that the operation slows in demand but did not see the overstaffed which decreased the cost. Therefore, warehouse operations are never in a stable state or status. For a long time, managing people dynamics hold key to managing operation effectively. So, in general, warehouse operations changes from the time to time. Sometimes it goes at its best and sometimes it goes at worst. Good management of staff is the key to reduce a productive and efficient warehouse operations. So, this is the example of warehouse.
I am lovely Niña Bentulan and I am here to continue the discussion or report about the warehouse operational efficiency contributing factors. The fourth one is right skill sets. In warehouse operations, one of the requirements should consider in hiring a person or people is that he or she must have the right skills sets because he or she can apply it in his or her job in the company warehouse. Their knowledge, skills, and abilities, also the experiences is needed to perform a specific job. You must hire someone that has a right skill sets for a specific job. For example, any person who works a forklift would need to have a good sense of control, direction, and patience. Similarly, a picker would need to be able to identify and have a feel of locations, inventory, SKU types, and be able to identify the part numbers. Description. At operating level, people are required to understand what is expected of them, be able to follow the process, and comply with the process and instruction. In warehouse operations, it is required to have a skills and abilities to stand for in long hours. These practical points should keep in mind and evaluate a person before hiring. Lastly, the attitude and outlook plays a vital role in the warehouse operations. Studies done in various cases shown a direct link between people's attitude to a day-to-day operation. It can affect the performance of the people during the day-to-day operations. The attitude and outlook is important in order to have a successful and efficient operations. If a person or the people in a warehouse are not in a good attitude and outlook, the performance can be affected and cause some problems like wrong shipments, short shipments, and defective deliveries, coupled with warehouse equipment damage, misuse, and accidents are few of the results of the problems that show up and need correction of attitudes and individual levels. Inventory management functions are highly vulnerable to individual performance and attention to detail. A good warehousing operations management team who is sensitive to the above factors and is equipped to manage a team and the dynamics would be successful in ensuring efficient operations.
That would be all. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and have a nice day.